Skid steer loader. Introduction. Whether you've been working in construction, excavation, or similar industries for years, or have just started, you're likely familiar with the skid steer loader. Skid steer loaders are engine-powered machines with rigid frames. Their lift arms allow for the use of a wide variety of tools and attachments, making them incredibly versatile machines. Skid steer loaders have been used since 1957, when the Keller brothers invented a three-wheeled front-end loader, which greatly reduced the amount of labor needed to clean poultry barns. The invention was so successful that just a year later, the Kellers sold the rights to their invention to Melro Manufacturing. From there, the Bobcat or skid steer excavator line was born. Since that time, many additional manufacturers have seen the value of this versatile machine and have produced their own versions. Because of the footprint of the machine and the many attachments available, skid steer loaders have changed how construction sites and smaller excavation projects deal with manual labor. Skid steer loaders can take the place of large excavators by getting into tight spots, such as under existing structures where overhead clearance is an issue, and carrying loose excavated materials outside the space. While skid steer loaders are very useful, they can also be very dangerous pieces of equipment. For example, in one incident, a skid steer loader was being used to transport cement from the cement truck to a set of wall forms. The loader was equipped with a bucket to pour the cement into the forms, but the workers found that the wet cement would spill over the top of the forms if there was nothing to help guide the cement. To increase the accuracy of the pour, the site supervisor instructed his new employee to hold a piece of 3/4-inch plywood up against the form to deflect the cement into it. Problems arose when the loader's operator moved the machine too close to the soft backfill around the wall forms. The loader wheel sunk into the soft backfill, causing all the weight of the machine and cement to transfer forward. As the skid steer loader tipped forward, the weight came down on the sheet of plywood, fatally crushing the worker. The worker was only 19 years old. How can we prevent incidents like this from occurring on our work sites? By implementing safe work procedures and ensuring extensive training is required for operators. Therefore, operators should be trained on the proper inspection, use, maintenance, and repair of skid steer loaders according to the manufacturer's instructions. Supervisory personnel, in turn, must be trained to identify hazards, such as safety systems that have been bypassed, disabled, or that require maintenance. The goal of this course is to help you become a skilled and safe skid steer loader operator by providing you with the theory portion of your required training. The information in this course will help you reduce the risk of incidents and their resulting injuries, reduce the risk of product and property damage, and fulfill jurisdictional training requirements. By the end of this course, you should be able to recognize the characteristics of safe operators, explain the regulations and rules applicable to skid steer loader operators, identify the common components, attachments, and safety devices of skid steer loaders, identify common worksite hazards, list the requirements for walk-around inspections, explain how to start the machine, travel, and handle loads, explain the procedures for parking and shutting down your machine, and list maintenance best practices. This course will be presented in 5 chapters. Chapter 1, Operator Fundamentals. Chapter 2, Skid steer loader basics. Chapter 3, Pre-operation inspections. Chapter 4, Safe operation. And Chapter 5, Shutdown and maintenance. Let's begin.